Is Jimmy Garoppolo a leader?
I'll take this one on first. When things are going well, Jimmy Garoppolo is Mr. Feels Great, baby. That's who he is when things are going well. And the majority of his 49er tenure has all been positive. Just look at the win-loss record. But when things are not going well or accordingly, he really struggles to rally his troops. You don't see that same passion and fire, that demanding excellence from your teammates that Tom Brady has. And it's kind of puzzling to me that he didn't pick up on that after sitting behind Tom Brady for 3.5 seasons. So when everything's going great, he's playing with confidence. He's rallying his teammates. His teammates are feeding off that swagger that he's playing with. But when things are not going well, he goes into a shell. And you can't have that from your franchise quarterback. Your franchise quarterback needs to be someone that has the ability to rally the team around him no matter the circumstance. So, yes, he's liked in the locker room, but just because you're liked doesn't mean that you're a leader. That's why there's a bazillion there's so many celebrities in the world that are famous, but just because you're liked and you're respected and you're popular doesn't mean you can lead people.
Good answer.
Damn.
Leo. Yeah,
I love that.
That was good.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just let that breathe for a second. Let's just let that breathe. Sit with that. Yeah, that was good.
Okay. What he said was completely spot on. When things are high, they're freaking 8-0. Feels great, baby. Doesn't it feel great? Yeah. And then once things are going downhill, it just really disappointed me to see him not fight to stay in that game. It was just, okay, you're right, Kyle. I'll hang out. I'll put on my headset. I'll grab the clipboard.
Hey, can you imagine Steve Young taking it like that? Okay, all right, you say so. Let's let Elvis Gerback go in. Fine.
Yeah, it's Tony Romo in that same stadium beat the 49ers in overtime with broken ribs.
I was there.
Broken ribs.
Yep.
Not a high ankle sprain, broken ribs. Right. So there's no excuse of why he didn't fight to stay in that game, no matter what the score was. He's a guy that starts off slow. When he gets some rest, he starts off slow. He's an in-rhythm player. He needs to play 4 quarters and then 4 quarters again next week. And not doing that after you just played terrible, what was it, 15 QBR, quarterback rating was at 15. He needed to stay in that game. And I think that's where it just disappoints me the most. And if I was on that team, I'm someone who's played organized sports since I was 4 years old. That's not my leader. He just exited the game on us. I know we're losing, but hey, it's 23 points. We go ahead and score 17 in this third quarter. We're right back in it. But they didn't see it the same way.
I agree with both of you 100%. I'm not denying any of that. I just wonder how much Jimmy Garoppolo is allowed to be a leader in this team. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan it's just a big question of when he's not doing right. Kyle's has the quick hook, but I do agree he should have fought to stay in that game at least until the fourth quarter when it's truly over. But I'm not denying any of that. I 100% agree.
I think this is a tough answer because in 2017, I think he showed leadership qualities. I mean, the way that he took a 1-10 team and made them believe that they could win and won with them was kind of extraordinary. And I think that's a big reason why he got the contract he did. But now, 3 years later, what we've seen from him is that, A, he doesn't play enough to be a leader. Your leader can't be in and out of the lineup, can't be constantly hurt. And then B, he's not good enough to be a leader. He's not playing with enough confidence. His play isn't efficient enough, whatever the word you want to use, for him to lead right now. I mean, he's kind of fighting for his place in the franchise. Everyone's saying, is he even going to be on the team next year? Could they trade him at the deadline? Are they flirting with Kirk Cousins? Those kind of things. So no, he's not in a position to lead right now, even if he has leadership traits, because not good enough, not durable enough. That could, if he leads the Niners to a big time win on Sunday Night Football against the Rams, that could change. But on Friday, what we stand right now, no, I believe he's not.
Yep, I agree with you, Grant. I feel like he's auditioning for his role with the team beyond this season. This difficult stretch that the team is facing, he can really solidify himself as the quarterback the team should move on to. But if he goes into a shell like we've seen from him, and Kyle Shanahan saying that if he has no problem benching Jimmy Garoppolo if his injury is re-aggravated or if he's just struggling. That's what struck me, that Kyle Shanahan said he'll bench Garoppolo again if he's struggling. That's very telling.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if Garoppolo was a true leader, Bonta Hill pointed this out on 95.7 The Game, that he would have not let Kyle Shanahan pull him out. He being Jimmy Garoppolo, he should have refused to be pulled because he was fine playing on his ankle the first half. It might have affected his play, but he could have finished out that game. And I get where Kyle Shanahan was coming from, but as a true leader, could you imagine Tom Brady getting pulled from a game, or just any of the other quarterbacks that are solidified franchise quarterbacks? It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Quick bonus question. Leo, is it your turn? Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't cut
No,
me off. I was going to add. Let me add
in.
something before
Sure.
your bonus question.
Sure.
Steve Young in '94 against the Eagles. Remember when he was forced out of the game?
Yes.
What did he do? He flipped out.
Yeah.
Flipped out.
I
Jimmy did.
remember watching that game live. I must have been 7, and I remember just catching. I was out with my parents somewhere. The TV was on. They were losing by a lot, and I was like, "What's going on? The Niners don't do that." And I remember watching Steve Young, my favorite player, just rip in to Seifert. What I remember it was he's standing behind Seifert. He's yelling at him, and Seifert doesn't flinch. He just keeps staring forward, and it was kind of iconic. And I always felt like that's what a quarterback's supposed to do. You're not supposed to just be like, "Hey, you're right. I'm done for the day."
Was that not the turning point of the season?
They might not have lost another game for months after that. It was a long time ago. It was 25 years ago.